and good evening. We are live.
And hello, welcome to After the Game, episode 3.
Episode 3, here we go.
Episode 3. I'm the Prince, Johnny Carlton, and if there's a prince, there must be a king. And here we are, King of the North. Hello, my friends, how are you?
G'day, mate. G'day, Prince. How are you going? We've had some serious concerns about the Prince this weekend. We've had many people asking, how is the Prince, and is Johnny Carlton all right? So you'll let us know about that tonight. I did confirm that they were going to be, you were going to come on tonight, so everybody was quite happy about that. So there we go. Saying he is alive. Yes.
No, can confirm. I was not going to miss this, depending on the result on Friday night. But it's been a disappointing weekend, to say the least. But hopefully talking about it will help me get through tonight and focus on next week. So
Exactly.
I reckon we should get into it. What do you reckon, King?
100%. Let's get into the show.
All right. We'll kick off with Thursday night footy. It was Chris C's team, Port Adelaide, taking on Essendon at Marvel Stadium under the roof.
Yep.
Did I watch this? I was coming home late from work on Thursday afternoon, so I could only watch the second half. But I feel like I missed Port Adelaide's best half, because when I came back after half time, it was all Essendon, to be honest, in my opinion. So the Bombers came back in the second half, and especially in the last quarter, they ran right over the power. And the crowd lifted when the new debutant touched it for the first time, Sardar Hooley. So I think that was the game changer. I think that's when the momentum just switched onto the Bombers, and it was it was all Essendon from there. But I don't know, something about Port Adelaide and Melbourne, it I don't know. It just looks like a completely different team to when they play at the Adelaide Oval. I don't know how you feel about that, King, but I feel like it's just two completely different teams. I was a bit worried and concerned about Port Adelaide, and obviously, as I said, in the footy show last week, I tipped them by 40 plus like a freaking Fruit Loop. I did.
You did.
And
we couldn't believe what we were hearing, but
I was nowhere close. So as I said, for me, very disappointed by Port Adelaide. You'll hear about it more on Tuesday when Chris C talks about it. But they just didn't look the bit in the second half, and the Bombers came back and they got their first win and opened their account for 2025. So
that's it.
What about you, King? What was your reaction to this game?
We'll just flip over to the score. It was Essendon 72 to Port Adelaide 60, so a 12-point victory to the Bombers. But look, I thought it was just an absolute rubbish game for 3 quarters, and both teams are as bad as each other. And it just happened to be that it took 2 debutants from both sides to give, in the last quarter, to give one side a bit of a boost and a bit of momentum, and then the crowd finally gets behind Essendon, and it was just a tidal wave in the last quarter.
Yeah.
And Port had no hope, but both sides were absolutely horrible. It was a terrible game of footy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So they're going to get, both the teams are going to get pumped by many teams this season. I don't know what they do with. I'll come back and reflect on this game when we talk about the other games later on, because there was really good examples of how a coach coached his team in some games compared to what happened on Friday night. And I reckon if Port go another 2 losses, then the coach has got to be in big trouble. But I don't think Essendon are going to be down the bottom there somewhere anyway. So, but yeah, just a really horrible game to watch. and it was tough going. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, as I said, I put Essendon in the bottom four. So, yeah, but hey, they got the win, and they're doing better than Carlton. So that's can't really say that much shit about the Bombers if they're doing better than Carlton. So
that's it. Yeah.
Talking about Carlton, I reckon we'll move on to Friday night now.
I think we will. I just want to say a quick hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, no worries.
The chat's actually going off over in on YouTube, and Dan's in there, Johnsie's in there, Tim Hunter's a new follower as well, new subscriber. Ree and Toby are in there. Justice Sanger's in there. So we've got Jamar's in there. So we've got all our regulars plus some new people. We got quite a number of subscribers over the weekend as well. So thanks to everybody for subscribing. We've actually grown by, just in the last month, we've grown by 92 subscribers. So that's been fantastic. And yeah, thanks for everybody coming in and supporting over the weekend. The watch-alongs went really well. Yes, last night's watch-along with the Hawks and GWS was a cracker. We got big numbers, so it was really good. So thanks very much to everybody who supported us, and all the people that came in today as well. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's tear the Band-Aid off. And it was a gallant Carlton got defeated by the Western Bulldogs 83-75. And Johnny Carlton, as we see week after week, they come out and they give such false hope in the first two quarters and look like they're going to just go on with it. And then the halftime siren sounds and they come out after halftime and I don't know what happens. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well,
tell us what you thought. Tell us what you think is going on at Carlton and what's got to happen.
Look, obviously went to the game. No, that's not going to stop. Went with a couple of mates that were Bulldogs as well. Went with my family and friends. Anyways, yeah, look, as I said, what I saw in the last 2 weeks, Carlton coming out firing and starting the first half brilliantly. Charlie Kerner felt like it was back. Kicking 3 goals in the first half. I was like, oh, here we go.
He looked really good, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked back to his best. But
he did.
As I said, look, as I said, I think we should have won this game by plenty. I don't know how we let Bulldogs back into this game is bizarre. Like it just, I don't know what they do at halftime, King. It's like they just completely switch off, and I feel like it's just gone. Yeah, we're going back to freaking normal basics. I'm like, why can't you play like that for 4 quarters? It's something about Carlton. We don't play a 4-quarter freaking side. Like we only play freaking 3 quarters at max. Like we never play that full 4-quarter performance. And I just felt like when the Dogs were coming back in the 3rd quarter, I'm like, oh, here we go. The Dogs are going to run away with it. I can feel it coming. I was never positive after halftime. I was like, here we go. Bulldogs have kicked the first 2 goals of the 3rd quarter. This is where the cracks start to crumble. And we saw it. Like, I can't even, I know. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm actually like, I'm actually speechless for once. Like, I can't. Like, there's some individual players that I think are not up to standard at the moment and might not be able to play in the firsts. But like, besides that, I don't know if it's coaching problem. I don't know if it's culture problem. I don't know if it's a player problem. Like, we have superstars in our team, and they're just, I don't know.
It just seems to be the same few players who are trying to lead the team around. It just doesn't seem to be like the team loses its way, and I don't know why that happens. People are asking, is Voss coaching his last season at the club? It doesn't make any sense if you're playing rubbish in the first quarter, and you're playing rubbish, then the coach needs to change the game plan because to adjust. But they come out and they've done this 2 weeks in a row now, where they play a great first quarter, they play a great second quarter. So you go into halftime with all this hope about, yep, here we go, they're back, they've got it directed, and they looked really good. Honestly, they look really good on Friday, and I just don't know what happens. I don't know what happens at halftime. And
look, I spoke to a supporter after the game, and it's where I ranted. Like I went back to the train station. I was fuming. I didn't say any words after the game. Like my family were just trying to make sure if I was all right. I was trying to think of the way of how we lost that. But look, my friend came up with a beautiful idea. You look at Hawthorn, right? And you look at how Sam, I don't know if everyone, but if you watch Sam Mitchell and how he played when he was playing AFL,
yep,
that's how the Hawks are playing right now. They're playing like how Sam Mitchell did when he was playing AFL. The difference between Carlton is Carlton are not playing the way that Michael Voss was playing when he was playing back in those days. It's a completely different squad. It's what Carlton is we only have those 5, 6 A graders that step up every week that could see there's class, and then all the B graders, they just chip in like maybe once a bit. Like after those 6 players, everyone else goes missing. It's like who can step up now? Like we don't see these players step up. We don't see a 4-goal performance by Jesse Motlop. We don't see a 35 disposal game by like Sam Walsh anymore. We don't see freaking, what was it, like Silvani and Haynes being on top of everything. We don't see McGovern coming back with the marks anymore. Like, we don't see Doc doing his things. We don't see Cottrell running. Like, it's these things like that stand out for the Blues. And just, as I said, Bulldogs did not look good on Friday night. I'm sorry to say it, but they looked absolute rubbish.
They didn't, because
Carlton
were playing well, and they made them look bad. So...
And it hurts because when you see Matt Kennedy, and he's the one that brought the Bulldogs back into that game, it's like we gave him away for fucking nothing.
Yep.
And now he's tearing us apart, when Kennedy would be that bloke that would carry us when Cripps is a bit sore, or when Hewitt's not in there. He would be the one in the midfield to stand up, be that bull. And it's just I don't know. We need to find something fast, because 0-3 is not it.
100%.
I did not see this coming at the start of the year, but and now we move on to Collingwood on Thursday night, and it's just I'm not ready for it, King. This is a team I can't stand as well, and I just if we lose to Collingwood, I can't do it anymore.
100%. Yeah. Gemmell says, what's going on at Carlton is fans and the board's expectations are not aligned. Do you reckon there's something to that?
Look, the fans are more passionate. I understand that. We're there every week. We're backing our supporters. But, at the end of the day, the players need to come out and do their job, but so does the coach. The coach needs to come up and do his job. The thing with Michael Voss is he's not very strict with his assistant coaches. He just gives them too much leverage. Michael Voss needs to go, look, I'm the coach. This is how I want to play. You guys either back me or you guys leave the club. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Mitchell's assistant does that. Everyone else's assistant coaches do that. But our assistant coaches think that we're the coach. Voss is just an assistant to us. We're shared. It's not. Voss needs to be strict. We need to see freaking action. We need to see movement. We need to see ball. It's... they ruined my weekend, King. They always ruin my weekend.
Yeah. Tim
Anyways,
says Carlton's problem isn't its top 5 players. Its problem is its 8 worst players. So
it is. It's the team, but the 8 below A graders that just don't.
You don't have the depth. And that's
not
true.
the death.
That's true. It's been that way for years. Tim's saying. So,
But I feel like Kempy stepped up, kicking 5 goals. I felt like
Kempy had a great game.
Yeah, I felt like Lewis Young did a good job as well on Friday night. I felt like Silvani kept Norton to 1 goal at the end. Like I felt Sauce did a little good things. It's just like it's worrying signs at Carlton, and we, as I said, going up against Collingwood on Thursday nights, it's not going to help. So,
do Carlton need to look at VFL players and bring in some fresh players in?
If they're going to come in and show some pride and show some heart, why the F not? To be honest, why not?
Yeah.
Because some players in that team do not deserve to be playing right now. So
yeah.
Anyways.
So we don't have. So Tim's a Bulldog supporter. We don't have Bont, Treloar, Sam Davidson stepped up, Baker, Williams, etc. They all stepped up. So that's what you need. You know, it's just and you look at that at in other games over the weekend as well. When someone went down, somebody steps up, but it just they just don't seem to do that. I don't know. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So anyway, we won't keep the pain going for you. We'll move on to the next game. But
please do.
Thanks for. I know you just. It's just like it being speechless. I understand. So yeah, it's just ridiculous that they're in this situation when it didn't look good when they got rid of players and they brought in not very many good players. So yeah, it didn't look like the year was going to start well. But anyway, there we go. All right, next game was well, here we go. This is the one I'd like to talk about. It was the Melbourne Demons versus the Gold Coast Suns, and it was the Suns' first appearance, not the first appearance at the MCG, but the first win at the MCG, and absolutely poleaxed Melbourne, 120 to 62. Now, talk about teams that are in trouble. Melbourne is in deep doo-doo, I think, and they got reamed by North Melbourne last week, and now the Suns have come to Melbourne and pull their pants down at the MCG. And just to any Melbourne supporter that's out there, to have 8,338 people turn up to your game at the MCG, that's a fucking disgrace. The ground was empty. Like, it was embarrassing to see the amount of supporters that Melbourne supporters don't turn up to see their team. So no matter how bad Carlton are going, or Collingwood, or Hawthorn, or Essendon, they'll get 30 or 40,000 people there at a minimum. Mate, 8,000 people at the MCG?
It's an absolute disgrace, mate.
Joking.
They were absolute disgrace. Yeah, look, I went in this game tipping Melbourne. I actually had hope that they could come away with the win.
Yep.
As I said, like the way, the game that they played against GWS round 1 in the MCG, they showed a bit of heart. Like there was something there. I thought they would bring that back out this week, but
yep.
It was exactly the same what they dished out last week. Like last week against North Melbourne, they just let me down, and man, Gold Coast, as I said, Gold Coast, man, they've won 2 games, both over 60 points, and they've been both away games. They're 2-0 in away games, and they're 0-0 at home games.
And they've kicked 100 on each time.
Yeah, they're the complete opposite of last year, the Gold Coast. And as I said, like the way Damien Hardwick is coaching him is absolute 100% full credit. Like they are fit, they're firing. Their captain is in really red hot form. Their new recruits are doing wonders for them. Like it's everything's gelling there in the Gold Coast. Like it's as I said, it's early days, but it's going to be a good season, I reckon, for the Gold Coast. And I actually might think they might play finals for the first time, mate, if this is how they're going to go. So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, as I said, like I was going to bring it up, but you brought it up. Like 8,000 fans, like that's shit. That's horse crap. Like that.
It is.
That is an absolute joke. And what they get, like all this freaking MCC bullshit. Like it's absolute joke, mate.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. But as I said, that's Gold Coast were just too good. And mate, if the fans not going to show up, that's it, mate. That's it.
That's right.
So,
Tim's saying the MCC are having a meeting to discuss Goodwin. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I haven't. No.
So yeah, that could be. Well, there could be a few coaches in the firing line.
Yeah, as I said, Melbourne. I had them in the top, like bottom 4 this year, but that was the game like I expected them to win. Like, come on, it's Gold Coast at the MCG. Like,
well, you'd think so. Exactly.
You'd think so, but anyways.
And then, then you get the situation where you've got like these big name players in Melbourne who are going to go, oh, well, I'm going to look for a better club because we're just a basket case.
It could.
And then you're in a rebuild. So, yeah. No, it's crazy. But congratulations to the Gold Coast. Look, they had to start winning away from home. We said that at the start of the season. There was no more excuses. They bought well in the off season. They got some good recruits, so it's good to see that they're winning. They're winning big too, so it's just really surprising. We'll just give you the update on the Derby over in Perth, and Fremantle have just defeated West Coast 106-68. So Fremantle take the win there, and they were just. Fremantle, I tip West Coast stupidly, but Fremantle have because I'm a great tipper, Johnny. So
yeah.
Fremantle just kicked their ass today on the Derby. So and they've won by 38 points. So there we go. All right, what was next? Oh, there we go. So another massive score, and this is what I want to ask you about as well. So St Kilda at Marvel. Took on Richmond. A bit of a controversy also with the concussion that happened as well. But St Kilda and Justice Sang are very happy with his team. 135-53. A big victory to St Kilda. 2 weeks in a row they've kicked a big score. And they're going okay. They're doing all right.
Well, look, as I said, looking at St Kilda's fixture, this is where I saw their first win come from. And I expected them to win this game. And, after beating Geelong last week, mate, they continued their form today, mate. And they were absolutely amazing, the Saints. They played some brilliant footy. And, as I said, that's what Carlton should have done to Richmond a couple of weeks ago. But unfortunately, we're just shit. So we're just basically shit. So, full credit to the Saints. I can't say pretty much about this game. I know I expected this outcome. So, and to be honest, this was actually my first tip that was right for the week. I had Port Adelaide, Carlton, and Melbourne.
So you were 0.
I was on 0 at this point, so I'm glad St Kilda did me a favour. So, it was a bad tipping week this week for me. But
I tipped the Suns, so I was doing all right on the Suns.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, no, as I said, the Saints, they proved me right. So Richmond, as I said, 1 win this year, and it could be round 1 against Carlton. So how freaking bullshit is that? But anyways, as I said, can't say pretty much about this game. Richmond were just shit as shit, and St Kilda were playing some impressive football. So let's see if that can continue.
That's right, and they're saying that he's going to get 3 weeks. So they're giving him 3 weeks for the push.
Yeah, right, man. So for the push,
That's too harsh, or
yeah. I don't know these days in King of Football. I thought getting punched in the face by someone is 3 weeks, but apparently that's not even a week.
Yeah, I know. So
No, mate. The MRO this year is absolutely cooked. So, to be honest, I deserve it maybe a week, but 3 weeks, yeah, I don't know, crazy.
And I watched the press conference with Ross Lyon after the game. He goes, "You media pick up on all this stuff." He goes, "It's footy. I've got no idea whether he's all right or not. I didn't even see it, and blokes get hit. So, so just
Ross the boss, mate.
absolute gold
Ross the
from
boss.
Ross. So they have Carlton later this year, don't they? Yes, they do, Tim. Yeah, they sure do. And he gets 3 weeks for the Tigers guy who gave the security guy concussion. That's right, J-Mar. They did indeed. So, yeah, good on the Saints. They go marching on. So we'll have a look tomorrow on Tuesday night when we do the footy show, when we do our tips and see how we go. The next game we'll have a look at, and I did a watch along for this one. It was down in Tassie. It was blowing a tornado, and it was the Mighty Hawks 76 to GWS 64. And this was a game and a half. I really enjoyed this game. And GWS got away with a massive start. It was just a really... It was the 1 and 2 teams playing each other. You could tell that they were out to put on a good game. The wind was blowing bloody 50 knots down there, and there was probably a 5-goal advantage to the team running into the wind. So GWS got a good start. They led by 5 goals at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, they come out and turned things around, and Hawthorn got back into the game again. But then he'd just done and this is what I want to talk about. The Hawthorn coach changed the game plan, and the players changed the way they played because of the conditions and the way that they were playing. So it's something that Port Adelaide don't do. It's something that Carlton don't do. If something's going wrong, Sam Mitchell will changes the game plan, and the players change what they need to do to improve. The third quarter, they still had the wind against them, not as much, but they run away and they had more inside 50s and they had more kicking opportunities. They just seem to, they can start to, the third quarter and fourth quarter for Hawthorn is their best quarters of footy that they play, and they got away with the victory. So did you see this one at all?
I did not watch any Saturday night football. I was out. I had a busy Saturday night, so I did not watch any of the football. All I know is that I got both of my tips wrong again. So I was having a great day. Yeah, look, I tipped the Giants. I thought the Giants, as I had them in my minor premiers, so I thought they were going to continue their form.
Yep.
I heard that they were in front at the start. And they were playing all right footy, and then I heard that there was the weather was causing some issues, but I heard that Hawthorn were just too classy and too good at the end, and they prevailed there. They start their season 4-0, so I can't really say much about this. I will watch some mini highlights after this podcast, but ready for Tuesday night. But yeah, as I said, I didn't watch any of it, so I'm going to go by your word, King, and yeah, whatever you say, mate, that's what I'm going to go with, because obviously I didn't watch any of it, but I tipped the Giants and they let me down. So
it was a very impressive performance, I got to admit, and the wind actually blew out one of the banks of the lights at the stadium. That's how wild the wind
crazy.
was.
Wow.
And the goalposts were like shaking like this, like they're just going back and forward. It was insane. So yeah, when they were kicking, so they were directly in front. They had to kick out to the right for the ball to then swing to the left to go through.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. Yeah. So it was a really good game, and two top-notch teams. GWS are definitely going to be up there at the end. It was Stringer's first game out as well, so
Oh yeah,
he was a bit quiet, but just getting into the swing of things for his first game.
exactly.
Jesse Hogan had a blinder as well, so he did really well. Himmelberg was good. So yeah, they just Toby Green was there and about, so he was really good. But yeah, no, GWS are the real deal, and they took it to Hawthorn as well. So yeah, don't worry, they'll be there when the whips are cracking. That's for sure. So yeah, all good. We got 9 likes. Ross never
Yeah.
sees anything. How does he do his team selection? That's a good question. Then we went to at the same time up in Brisbane we had the Cats versus the Lions, and I tipped the Cats because I thought they were going to go okay, and the young bloke was back in the side again, so I was pretty confident. But Johnny Carlton's favourite team just manages to come back, and it ended up being the Lions 70 to the Cats 61, but they were gone, and they pulled something out of the hat and managed to get the win. That the last quarter, I did watch a bit of the last quarter, and their last quarter was fantastic. So, what did you make of the Brisbane Lions and the Cats?
Yeah, obviously, look, as I said earlier, I was out, so I couldn't see much. I tipped Geelong as well. I thought Geelong were going to win it to get out
Mate,
for some reason.
you've had the best tipping week.
Oh, mate, it's been horrible. It's been horrible, mate. 3 tips. That's all I got. But yeah, look, as I said, like I didn't watch any of this game. I was looking at the scores here and there. I saw Geelong were up at a bit in the first half, and then at the end of it, I saw Brisbane coming back, and they stole the win. Charlie Cameron's first game back as well, so he did some good things. I saw he got a good goal and everything like that. So.
Yeah.
That was impressive, but yeah, as I said, King, I can't tell you much. I should have watched some footy on the weekend, but yeah, Saturday night I was too busy, so yeah, couldn't say much. But I heard Brisbane came back and it was impressive, and yeah, their reigning premiers are 3-0, and they could be up there again this year. So Hawthorn might have a challenge up their sleeves in the Lions. So
That's true.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, as I said, Brisbane at home, too good. So I reckon if it was at the Carry, it would have been a different story, or at the MCG, it would have been a different story. But like the prelim, mate, they came back the Lions and they got the win. So
That's true. Yeah, and they were talking to the Cats coach. He said that they went up there to play, and they trained to play wet weather footy. It did rain a lot during the day, but it did stop in the evening, and he was amazed at the way that the ground drained, and it was almost like playing dry weather footy up there. So he had to change the round 3/4 time. They had to change the game plan a bit to cater for that. But yeah, they've just got just their forwards played well. Their defence is really good for Brisbane, and they just seem to have the Cats covered off nicely. So playing at home, obviously, it's going to be an advantage as well. But yeah, no, they did really well, and to be in the position that they are in, it's a good start of the season, that's for sure.
it is.
What about El Ashcroft's first goal? I haven't actually seen that, but I think it was a beauty.
I didn't see it either. So
Yeah. All right, then we move to today's game, and I did a watch along for this one as well. It was the Adelaide Crows versus North Melbourne. Now, I was impressed with North Melbourne last week, but they did play Melbourne, so we had a bit of a form line coming out of that and coming into this week as well. But I have to say that it was the Crows in the end. They kicked away with it, but 114 to 78. But I've got to say the Kangaroos actually went with the Crows for 3/4 of the game. They played okay. It was very frustrating watching the amount of turnovers and watching the amount of stupid kicks that North were doing today, and the coach was getting frustrated with all that. They kicked themselves, or they mistaked themselves out of the game a lot. But the one thing I did like about the Roos was that they kept on fighting right to the end. So they kicked 2 or 3 goals in the last part of the last quarter, and they put. I thought Adelaide was a bit off their game, and I think North actually did that to them. So I was expecting like a more powerful, more dominating Crows side today than I seen. So it was good. Dan's just saying Crows took 2 steps backwards today. Looked totally confused in stoppages. No one on the outside of the contest for the loose ball. Defence was weak. Never stood in front of their man. Yeah, 100%, Dan. That's what I noticed. And I'm not saying they let North Melbourne into it, but it wasn't. I think North Melbourne contributed to the Crows playing not as good as as good as I thought they were going to play. So, did you see this one today?
Finally, a game that I did watch.
You watched it, you beauty. There we go. Yeah. Should have come on the watch.
Yeah, no, look, was at my family's house for this. We watched it all together as a family. Yeah, look, as I said, North Melbourne were up in the contest. They brought it to the Crows. They were in it until about 3/4 time, which was good to see. I felt like Adelaide's big three were very impressive. The Big Bear, yep, Fogarty and Walker, they were very impressive again, all kicking goals between them. I saw a Shelley go down as well, but as I said, Sid Draper, first time actually seeing him in real game time. Yeah. I felt like he was pretty good, the top draft pick. But yeah, look, as I said, I think Adelaide's recruits were good as well. I thought Pete Ling was impressive. I thought Saligo had a really good game. I thought Laird was good off half back. For North Melbourne, as I said, Larky doing his things. I saw LDU doing a bit quiet, but as I said, North were bringing it to him. But unfortunately, Adelaide were just too good, and in the last quarter, Adelaide bring it away. But as I said, like the thing that I wanted to take out of this, they had 44,000 at the game.
They did.
For Adelaide North Melbourne. That's more than the Carlton Bulldogs game on Friday night.
That's right, exactly.
That's more than the Carlton Bulldogs game. That's quadruple more than what they had at the Melbourne game. So
exactly. Yeah.
It was apparently it was loud. It was loud from the TV. Adelaide fans were up and about. Every time a decision didn't go their way, you could hear the boos in the crowd. Every time a decision went their way, you could hear the cheer.
Yep.
There was a bit of North fans. I could hear a bit of North fans as well. But sorry, 46,000. Sorry, my bad, Dan. But yeah, it was impressive. I don't know if Jay Cron went to the game, but if he did, Adelaide 3-0. Who would have thought that going into the start of the season? But
exactly.
Hey, here we are, and I'm calling it early. They're going to play finals footy this year, mate. I'm telling you now.
100% they are. Yeah, they've got strength. They've got strength all over the ground. It was North. North have got a really good back line. They've got good defence, and they stood up today, I thought, as well. Some of the main players, there's a lot of mistakes by North today as well. I don't necessarily think it was the pressure from the Crows, but they were just making simple passing mistakes, getting caught ball, and just not characteristic of what we seen last week, and it was a bit disappointing. And the thing with North, I think this year is if you let your guard down, they're going to come and kick you in the arse. So I think that's definitely going to happen. But no, the Crows are a powerhouse. They've got like strength all over the field. So if you're a Crows supporter, then you should be very happy with how your team went. A couple of comments is Sid is a weapon. North are good. Terrible performance by the Crows, he thought. And North are going okay. Wouldn't be upset. No, I wouldn't be upset either. And I think it was just disappointing today. They just lost their way a little bit today, and maybe the big victory last week was too much. Crows still need a credible win before I call it. They have some soft kills. They need to win over a Collingwood or a Sydney, I feel. So that's from Tim. So
they do.
That's true. That's true.
No, I agree. They do need to play someone that's going to be a top performance. Like, as I said, they've played They've played North Melbourne, Essendon, and I don't know who they played in round one. St Kilda.
Yeah.
So
it's not a massive form line, to be honest.
Yeah, no, not all bottom 8 teams, but hey, they go up against the Gold Coast this week at Gold Coast, so that's going to be a test. So if they can beat Gold Coast at home, then they're on. So
that's right.
But yeah,
exactly.
As I said, the Crows were too good, and as I said, I felt like North Melbourne were better. They're better than what they did last year. Like they were in games, but unfortunately, like they brought it up to Adelaide Oval, but Adelaide at home were just too good, and they bring it home. So
100%. All right, let's have a look at the last one. Let me just scroll up here. Just give me a second while I scroll to the last game. And it was the Derby, and it was Fremantle 106 to the Eagles 68. So Fremantle too good. Stupidly, I tipped West Coast, probably trying to help GT out, but they are still pretty rubbish. And Fremantle get a desperately needed win after a couple of really poor performances away from home. So we did. I was watching this until we started the show and just watching the end of it. But just a bit too dominating and too good. Did you watch some of this one?
A little bit, bits and pieces. Came home. I was actually catching up on my Sunday chores, so I had to quickly fit that in. And then obviously we're having the show here, so watching bits and pieces. But yeah, as I said, Freo looked dominant. Freo looked comfortable from the start, and they should have. This is a win that they had to win. So they've opened their season now with the win as well. And as I said, couldn't watch a lot of it, but Freo looked good. The new debutant, Isaiah Dudley, he looked impressive, which was good to see. Harley Reid taking a good mark, responding after last week's heinous performance to the crowds, the Brisbane crowd. So that was good to see, a little bit of maturity, which is always good to see. But moving forward, as I said, Derby 60, we expected Freo to win this.
Yep.
Yeah, Hess Coast is what Dam said. So, as I said, West Coast, welcome to the club with Melbourne and Carlton. We're the only teams that are 0-3 now. So, fucking shit club to be a part of at the moment. But as I said, Freo were just too good for the Eagles.
Did you see the 1 minute salute to the from the crowd to Harley? They gave
no, I didn't.
They gave the crowd gave the finger. So.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
No. The Bevo Cup next week. Freo versus the Dogs. So that should be an interesting game. Is that over in Perth?
Yeah.
Oh, it's here, is it?
No, it is in Perth. I'm pretty sure it is in Perth.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, that's I think we're going to see West Coast and Richmond down the bottom of the table. To be honest, I'd think that North are going to get some nice wins this season. They're going to be up and about. So they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be down the bottom the way they're playing. So over in Perth. So King, you got to do a watch along for Crows and the Suns. All right. That's going to be on. Is that on Saturday? When's the hang on, let's have a quick look. When is the
I think it's Sunday.
I can do Sunday. Let's have a look. All
Pretty
right.
sure.
So oh no, it is Saturday afternoon.
Oh, there you go.
Saturday afternoon, the Crows and the Suns, and Jamar wanted me to do a double header with Brisbane and Richmond, and I'm not going to sit through Brisbane and Richmond. God, that's gonna be a massacre. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I might do that for you, Dan. But you didn't even. I did a watch along for the Crows today, and you didn't even come into the watch along. So you better turn up next time, mate. Far out.
He was probably at the game, mate.
He probably was at the game. Were you at the game, Dan? Sorry about that. I've gone off half cock there. So yeah.
Yeah, he was at the game. Come on, you're going to give him some slack, yeah?
Oh, beautiful. There we go. Yeah, so probably the watch-alongs next week are going to be Thursday night, definitely Pies and Carlton.
Friday night's going to be so bad.
Friday night's going to be so bad. I don't want to do that, to be honest. Adelaide and Gold Coast, definitely. And I don't know. There's some bad games. There's some really bad games. I don't want to see Port get pumped again. So that's not good. And then I don't know. Dockers and
Port versus St Kilda. Port versus St Kilda.
No, it's Port and St Kilda.
Yeah, Port are not going to get smashed. They're going to win that.
You reckon?
Yeah, in Adelaide as well, 100%.
All right, so I might do that, and then we watch the end of the Fremantle Bulldogs game after the game on Sunday. Then.
Yep, sounds good to me, mate.
That sounds like the go.
That sounds good to me.
Those two are enough. There we go. Saints by 60. He's saying, bloody hell. There we go.
Oh, of course you would. Of course, coming from an Adelaide supporter, of course it would.
All right, let's have a look at the table. Let's have a look at. No, I know. Look, I've got to somehow. Hang on, let me just go back and bring up the table. Look, so I'm just gonna do it this way because. All right, let me bring this up so we can have a look. There we go. I got the whole thing in one page. There we go. So, all right, I've got the table up. Let me just bring the website up so I can have a read because I'm half blind here. All right, so let's have a look at the top 8. And it is the Mighty Hawks in first place with 4 wins. The Adelaide Crows second. Brisbane Lions are third. The Gold Coast are 4th. GWS are 5th. Collingwood are 6th. St Kilda are 7th. And the Western Bulldogs are 8th. So North have fallen out of the 8 after last week. Then the bottom half of the table is Geelong 9, North Melbourne 10, Sydney 11, Port Adelaide 12, Fremantle 13, Essendon 14, Richmond 15, Carlton 16, Melbourne 17, and West Coast in 18th position. So, how
is Essendon and Richmond above Carlton?
They got to win a game. Carlton need to win a game. That seems to be the issue there. So, unfortunately, there we go. An interesting top 8. Some teams in there that we definitely didn't expect. The Gold Coast Suns. So. Wouldn't be an Adelaide supporter if I didn't. Just remember, Adelaide still need to play the ARC for the games to get them in the top 8. What's ARC?
I think real competition. Actually, real competition.
Oh, right, okay. Real competition to get it. Yes, okay, yep.
I think it is.
Yeah. 9 likes. Thank you, Ree, for counting the likes today, and thanks for the big effort today over the weekend as well. Got to win a game. 10 likes as well. Don't remind me, Tim. Also, Dan saying, don't remind me, Tim, that we've got to win some games, actually, against real teams. So there we go. And, yeah. Oh, the
Oh, the goal review.
The goal
Okay.
review. What a shambles that was. That was a goal. That wasn't a behind. If we're talking about the
Last
same
year.
thing.
Last year.
No. No, today. So
Today.
there was a bouncing ball today, damn. I don't know whether you've seen it on the replay. And Curtis was on the line
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
had the fist. It bounced over his fist. It didn't touch him.
No. They're talking about last year.
Oh, yes.
Where,
okay.
where they
The
got
goal
robbed.
review. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Against Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah.
But today they actually got it behind, and luckily they were in front. And Curtis was on the line, and he actually had his fist like this right on the line.
Daniel. It was Daniel.
Oh, it was Daniel, was it? And
Yeah,
then the
Daniel
ball
was on
bounces
board.
over his fist and goes through, and they said
but
that was touched.
Yeah.
And you got to be joking.
Yeah, the review system was not good this week, I can tell you that.
God.
Terrible. All right, King. Well, 53 minutes. It's a little bit less than an hour, but
It is.
short and sweet.
Yeah,
it's
we've done well tonight. I hope everybody's enjoyed the show, and thanks to everybody in the chat. Plenty of banner in the chat going on as well. So we really appreciate your support, and thanks for coming into after the game. I hope you like the format now, where we watch the end of the game, and then we do like a 45-minute, wrap up of the game, and then have a bit of a chat to the chat. So, yeah. Dan loves us fellas. See you on Tuesday, so he'll be back on Tuesday. And,
we will be there.
Look, I just want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers that we got over the weekend. The Hawks and GWS watch along was massive. We got some big numbers for the first time back again, so really appreciate your support. We got some new subscribers. And I want to thank Ree and Toby also for coming in all weekend and helping me out with all the likes and all the comments and all that sort of stuff. I really appreciate you guys' support. And it's just really good to have you guys in there in the comments all the time. So thank you, Toby. Thank you, Ree. It's really good. J-Mar's in there as well every week. So thank you to everybody else who comes in. We really appreciate your support at HFD Footy. And we will be back on Tuesday night with the footy show.
Thank you,
The big man will return. J-Mar
thank you, HFD.
Sorry?
So I was just going to say thank you, HFD family. Thank you for supporting us and getting behind us. But yes, Tuesday night, you said, Chris, the big man, will be back.
J-Mar will be flying high like a crow, or like, I won't say like an eagle, but like a crow. And we will hear from all of those Crows supporters will be gloating about their win, 100%. So yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been good. Take care, Johnny Carlton. Good to see you.
Like your hair.
Take care, Spike. Yeah, and don't forget, stay hunky.
Stay hunky.